It's Tehatchpot time, Key Budge today. Claire Scotty joining me. This is our monthly chamber update. Claire, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I always love taking this time every month to talk about chamber stuff and all the fun things happening, and to also learn a little bit about some of our local businesses here.
And we've got lots of things that we want to talk about that the chamber's been involved in here recently. But let's kind of tease before we jump into it with our guests. Let's tease who we have today, because we have a few months ago we started bringing in local businesses as a part of Chamber Pod, and we've had some great guests. But today you have filled the room. We have representing Valley Strong, Christy Vasquez. Christy, welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Bree Lancaster. Bree, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Shantae Smith, welcome.
Welcome and good morning, everyone.
We're going to talk about some fun banking industry things and involving our youth.
Yes, absolutely. And Valley Strong has been such an amazing partner and supporter with the chamber and our community. And, they've been coming out and volunteering at events like Mountain Festival and Apple Festival and Thunder on the Mountain. And you can just see how passionate everyone in the branch is about Tehachapi and about our community. And so I'm just so excited to have everybody here today and to learn a little bit more in a few minutes about what Valley Strong is doing in our community.
Well, relax, ladies. Sit back. Claire and I are going to take care of a little bit of business before, and then we're going to bring you in, and we're going to dive right into all things Valley Strong and the special programs you have for our youth. Okay? So, Claire, we wrapped up some things since we last talked. We had Apple Festival.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I've heard nothing but positive response from the attendees. It was just those that came out absolutely enjoyed themselves.
I'm so glad. It was such a wonderful opportunity, really. I mean, there were so many parts to it, and we had amazing vendors. We had over 100 vendors who really worked very hard to make these beautiful handcrafted items and delicious foods. And, they really tried to focus on Apple-themed everything. And I know we had a little bit of a hard season this year because it was so hot up here in Tehachapi that the apple trees did not produce as much as they normally do.
Now, the warmer weather works well for our vineyards.
Yes.
But a little opposite for our apples.
Yes. Apple trees enjoy a little bit cooler temperatures, more time in the snow in the wintertime. So we had a warmer year this year, but that did not stop the apples, right? So we had a local apple tree orchard that came 5 Cs, and they sold out. They brought 150 bushels, which a bushel is a huge box, and it weighs
about 50 pounds.
50 pounds,
right.
Yes. They sold out 150 bushels on Saturday, on the first day of the festival. And so apples galore. We had so many fun games and crafts and the entertainment was amazing. So I'm really glad that we had so many people that came up to Tehachapi and enjoyed the weekend and enjoyed our harvest season and got to enjoy our wonderful weather. And a huge shout out. Thank you so much, City of Tehachapi, for being such a strong partner with this event and being one of our top sponsors. WM came out and they were just phenomenal as well. A huge supporter. Thank you so much. We had Rio Tinto US Borax that also was a big supporter and helped. Tehachapi Cement, Semerenko team, they were blowing up apple balloons for everybody, and they ran out. We had over 1,000 balloons, and they ran out as well. West Lane Brewing helped with our beer garden. So it was just a really phenomenal event. And Terrigen, also local business up here that really was a huge supporter. And so it would not have been possible without everybody.
One thing that we've noticed, because we will put up a geofence around the Apple Festival and all our festivals so we know where people are coming from. And what we see with Apple Festival is different than Mountain Festival, where Mountain Festival is hyper-local, where it's about a 75% inside the zip code demographic that attends and 25% outside. We see a flip on that for Apple Festival, where it's about a 25% local, 75% that come in from the Antelope Valley and Bakersfield. It's interesting how these different festivals have a different draw, and this is kind of a big outside tourism draw for us.
Yes, absolutely. And we had the carnival out at the rodeo grounds that drew in a lot of people, and people that just love the rides and the carnival fun, right? That was happening all weekend. And then we had bounce houses and so many fun things for the kiddos. And so absolutely, we saw a lot of people coming from all over the place who were excited about Tehachapi, excited about the apple harvest season and the cooler weather, our pumpkins, our wine. There's so much happening up here in Tehachapi right now. And so we're excited to continue hearing all the constructive feedback and seeing how we can make this event even bigger and better in the future.
It's funny because there was a new footprint for the Apple Festival this year. It's kind of a circle, if you will. And so I heard a lot of positive things. I heard one where it's like, I had to make 2 laps. And it's like, really, if we're really, you had to walk 2 laps around so that you exposed to both sides of the events or the participants. But that was the only thing I heard was like, well, I had to make 2 laps to see everything because otherwise I felt like I was going to miss something if I didn't make that second lap around.
Yes, and that's what I heard too. I heard everyone really appreciated the flow. And so when you arrive and you got the big apple that's blown up and you see all these beautiful vendors and our downtown businesses, nobody's hidden anymore.
Right.
You don't have the booths right up against the sidewalk, and so you can see everyone. You can see these beautiful storefronts, and it was just this natural flow all the way through. And people loved having so much food to choose from, and everyone did very well over the weekend over that holiday, Apple Festival.
Yeah, very good.
So we're excited to get a lot of that, and we're excited to keep improving.
Well, very good. So Apple Festival was a success. And then we've also looked at success for local businesses. And one of this business has been around for 30 years and deserve the recognition for 30 years of local business. And they've also been a pipeline for our youth into the job market.
Yes, absolutely. So our local McDonald's on Tucker Road celebrated 30 years on October 30th. And that was such an amazing event. And I just get goosebumps because there were people that came out that got their first job at McDonald's. And, they kind of learned what, customer service and learned all these important life skills working at McDonald's. And then they were able to go on and, work at other places. But, we had kids and, live music, and there was just so much fun that day. But then also highlighting the partnership that McDonald's has with our local organizations like the Salvation Army and Ronald McDonald House. They've been doing so much to help support people in our community and make sure everyone is fed and taken care of in their own way.
And ownership, Marianne, she's just, I enjoyed my conversations with her. But what she's instilled with customer service at the young level, customer service is a lost art. And she takes pride in making sure that her staff learn everything at such a, at the bottom basic level. But everyone is so pleasant and professional. And to see that with our young teens that are getting that first job experience, I really appreciate that effort that she puts in. And I guess that's why 30 years of success has gone by so quickly. And we in the community, really embrace her and what she's done. Yes,
absolutely. And we were so excited to help partner with that and do a ribbon cutting as a benchmark and a memento. We cut a ribbon 30 years ago, but let's cut another one because we're ready for another 30 years. And, we're very excited to support and celebrate this wonderful local business.
Yeah, I think celebrating the anniversaries of our businesses is something that's very smart to do, and acknowledging, because there's nothing tougher than being a small business in America. Now, when we talk about McDonald's, okay, they've got a lot of support at the corporate level, but you do this with all our other businesses that are celebrating anniversaries. I know recently a barbershop received its acknowledgement. Was it its fifth anniversary?
Yep, fifth anniversary.
So, and he did that on a Sunday because it was almost more of a celebration to his patrons and his staff. But I know Mayor Davies went out to make a presentation. You were there, and it was just nice to see what they've done over the 5 years and surviving COVID the way they did.
Yes, absolutely. And their patrons came out that day.
Yeah.
I came in a little bit later, and people were enjoying tacos and cake and, getting their hair done. And, it was just so fun. But there had to be over at least over 100 people when I came, and I know that people were kind of filtering in and out all throughout the day, but it was fantastic to see such amazing support, and that goes for all of our businesses up here. Tehachapi comes out and Tehachapi supports, and we also celebrated the grand reopening of the Healthy Hippie Trading Company on Halloween, October 31st. And they did a really fun, 60s themed Halloween bash. And they had live music and food and prizes and all kinds of fun stuff. And so, again, the community came out and helped support and just really celebrated this new ownership for Healthy Hippie Trading. And so many fun goals were set. And it was... I love doing this part of the chamber job is getting to partner with all these amazing people.
And before we bring in Valley Strong, I want to also mention the treat trail, because another big event downtown that involves small businesses. You've been involved with that. We help support, and we're an open business for the trick-or-treaters. But just putting that together, this is the second year that that's taken place.
Yes, absolutely. Go To Girls and Funky Junk. That family has really spearheaded this event the last couple of years and making sure it's truly a downtown event where the downtown businesses get to be involved. And we had over 40 businesses and organizations that came out, opened their doors, either came down to Railroad Park and set up a table and handed out candy or did crafts and games and all kinds of fun stuff so that our downtown community can safely celebrate the holiday. And yeah, kids were running all over the place. Some of the best costumes I've ever seen. And, parents were out there and they were just so thankful and excited and happy to be downtown where it's so beautiful and enjoy this holiday season.
Yeah, it kind of put the a little kind of cherry on top of the Halloween season, because now Halloween is not just on the October 31st, as we find out here in Tehachapi. Yep. We had trunk or treats at multiple locations. We had the Goulden Hills and this. We had the kids on a sugar rush. I mean, they're going to be running around for the next few weeks, still burning off all that sugar they collected over the last few weeks.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Claire, let's bring in the guests. We introduced them earlier, but this is exciting to have a table filled with just the bright, enthusiastic faces that I get to see right now. So where do we want to start? With Valley Strong, you guys have such a great footprint here. You've got a number of branches that range how far? Is it Central California or beyond, or
All the way up to Fairfield.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So how many branches in total?
37.
37 branches, but it still feels like my community bank.
Yes.
And I think that's a part of that personal service that goes in. So, Christy, that's something that you and your team, really take pride in.
Yes. Well, we really take pride in the community too, being in Tehachapi. I've always been so proud of our small community, take great pride in that. We've been in the Tehachapi area over 20 years. Of course, the credit union's been in business over 80 years, but we've recently in the last 3 years got our new branch, which now we're able to offer all services, which is huge for the community, but also for us to be able to service everybody. So definitely very proud to be here.
Well, and that brings up that you are an FCU. You're a federal credit union, not a bank. So there's a difference. And let's kind of talk about that, because I probably even mentioned my local bank, but it's as a credit union, you're able to do so much more than a bank can do.
Yeah. So for credit unions, they're member owned. So we're for not-for-profit. So we don't have a board of directors that's paid making profits. So definitely we have a wide range that we really are vested in our members, our community, because they own the credit union. So it's just, with the credit union, it's always been do the right thing. Do the right thing for the members. It's not about just making a profit. So that's why I have been with the credit union for 18 years, because I've always been empowered to do the right thing for people. And that's great in the, Tehachapi community too.
Now, Bree, you represent, are you at the main corporate office?
Yes, I'm Kern County admin, so I'm at the admin office.
So how many branches do we have here in Kern County?
11.
Okay, so 11 of the 37 are right here. And so where does Tehachapi rank for you? Number one?
Yes. But I like to think of Tehachapi like an apple. The air is crisp, and the community, it's its core. So, it's really exciting talking about all these apples, and I enjoy coming up here. And, years ago, my dad had a business up here, so I really enjoy coming up.
This is a very unique place.
It is.
My wife and I grew up in the city of Los Angeles, and we started kind of migrating our way north. Once we found Tehachapi 22 years ago, we said, this is it. This is home for us because it's not LA. It's not the big city. It is a small community. There's you can't get 6 levels of separation here. No. You're at one level of separation. You know someone that knows that other person.
So true. Yes. So true.
Well, Shantae, you've got exciting things that you're in charge of.
Yes.
And are we ready to dive into that?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what Valley Strong is doing.
I mean, with talking about our youth and this program that you're about to talk about, I think is really important when we start talking about finance and our youth and having them understand, what they can do with their money and how they should work with their money. What's this program that you have?
Well, with that program that we have, and Bree is probably the better person to talk about it, but that's our Bite of Reality. Okay. And I'll speak to it personally.
You both jump in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll speak to it personally. Both of my twins, who are 16 now, I put them through that Bite of Reality program. And you have to usually we like them to be a junior or senior in high school.
Getting ready for the real world.
Yes. Or if you have a very mature, teenager who is really good about their money, or even if they're not, because I have a twin she likes to shop and she likes to spend all of her money. So her allowance is usually gone. And then my other one is a very strong saver. And she's always like, Mom, you're going to pay for this, right? So I put them both through that Bite of Reality class. And Bree can tell you the details of how it's where they really have to they get a role and they get a job. They find out if they have a child, if they're married, and they have to go to these different stations, whether they're going to buy a home, rent a home, if they're going to buy a car, what type of car, how much is it going to cost you, and they have a budget. Basically, it's teaching them how to budget. And my twin that is not so responsible with money, she failed 3 times until she got it right the 4th time. And then my other one, who is very strenuous with money, she did everything at the cheapest that she can do it. Mm-hmm. She was very frugal about it. But what I love about the program, it really teaches our youth today how to think towards the future and how to also understand what their parents go through when it comes to budgeting.
Now, is this available in every branch?
This is actually available through our marketing department.
Okay.
We love to come out to the local high schools. We have not done one at Tehachapi High, and I cannot wait to be on campus. It is a gamified application. So the students already love the fact that it's on their phone and they can use it, and they can go back and see what they were doing and how they ended up and where they could correct themselves for the future. Like Shantae said, you did a really good job at describing it. They leave with a sense of more respect for their parents and how much, their parents are probably penny pitching. And, we have 9 different stations that the students go around on their application, and they range from childcare, housing and opportunity, transportation. We have the credit union there. So if they run out of money, they have to go to the credit union, and we like to talk to them about, where do you think that you could go back and redo what you just purchased, which you're not really going to be allowed to redo things in real life, but we want to set them up to be able to make those decisions when they are, 18 and going on into the world and not running into Target and getting a credit card, and because they think that's free money. I mean, I did,
right.
Limited got me hey Dad, guess what? I just bought a whole bunch of clothes and I put it on a credit card at a 25%, interest. This is great.
Well, I'm of the generation where you'd write a check. So,
okay.
I've got plenty of money. I got more checks,
We still offer checks.
We do. We do
have checks.
Now I can see a lot of adults benefiting from this too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do we find that some of the parents end up putting themselves through the?
We haven't done an adult Bite of Reality, but another amazing thing that Valley Strong Credit Union does is we offer a variety of financial literacy applications for all ages. So different workshops like considering home ownership, how to make a budget, banking basics,
and business.
and business, small business.
And at the branch level, there's a lot of, so the Grow Strong accounts we open, we get the kids in, we try to get them engaged. When they come in, they get a little goodie bag. We definitely try to make it fun. They can pick their cards out, what color they want, help them get the app set up. So we really at the branch level try to engage with them there as well. For like the all people, though, we do offer financial counseling in each branch where we can help members. I have a recent member that's a senior that just, her husband passed away and she doesn't know how to pay bills. So we're setting up an appointment for her to come in and let's sit down and let's talk about it. So really being there for all of those unique needs.
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
And it's all free.
So exciting.
And and I do like to tell people, you don't really have to be a member. If you have questions and really want some help, come on in. Talk to someone.
Right.
We're here for you, for the community.
I've been a member of a credit union, not Valley Strong, based on my previous employer.
Credit union family.
So I've been a member for over 30 years of that FCU.
Yeah.
I can't think of them ever offering a program like this, because I would have put my son through it, and then my wife and I probably would have taken advantage. And my wife's been a member of a credit union based on her previous employer for even longer, going back like 35 years ago.
Wow.
And we're still members. We've still got accounts there.
Yeah.
But it's amazing because there is no outreach from those organizations. They're LA based.
Yeah.
And
bottom line, banking is boring. So if we can make it as fun and real as possible, we've done our job.
It's amazing. I'm just what you guys talked about, that what's available.
Yes, I just hope it continues so that when my daughter is old enough, I can get her in that program too.
Absolutely.
Now, so you said it's through the marketing department. So do you have to do something through the high school?
No, I just need, I need to reach out to someone at Tehachapi High and get this scheduled. And I lead the Bite of Reality simulations. So we just got to get up here.
Okay. Well,
they are volunteer intensive. So it does require at least 40 Valley Strong team members or volunteers or community members. I mean, you two could volunteer that day and just have so much fun behind a table, and we bring goodies and snacks, and sometimes they're eating Cheetos and we need to touch their phone. I'm just like, okay, but we got to keep them engaged. And so as much fun as we have, they all leave with excitement about banking. I mean, I've never been excited. I get excited when my paycheck hits, but that's about it.
But I mean, that's moving from beyond the mindset of paycheck to paycheck.
Yes,
Yep.
right.
Absolutely.
I know that my wife and I, we went through that. Young couple, you go paycheck to paycheck. It's like you circle when's payday. And so if you can start to understand and how to manage your money at a younger age, you'll only benefit to get beyond that sooner. Because there's always that, you got to live within your means, but understanding what your means are, and what else is out there looming that you've got to pay for and prep for.
Wants versus
Exactly.
needs.
And a lot of times they're not taught this in high school. They're not taught how to what a check is, what a debit card is, what credit is. They really have no clue when they're coming out. So we can educate them before that and hopefully set them up for success.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned that, Valley Oaks Charter School, you guys have done some programs with Valley Oaks.
Yes, they are an amazing, amazing program.
So they've reached out, they've got...
we sponsor their marathons that they have for the kids, and they've got to run around, and we're out there just cheering them on. We've taught financial literacy to a variety of ages. We're just always, when they reach out, we're there. Excellent.
So now we got to get the high school. So, all right. So Hojat is the chief financial officer for the school district. So maybe he's going to we'll reach out to Hojat to try and get you guys hooked up, and he can know exactly, who at the high school level.
And it's fun. The seniors love it. I mean, I always loved missing a period. Sorry.
I just flashed back. I go, those were the great assemblies when you got pulled out.
Yeah.
Well, very good. If there's some of the adult mentions where you mentioned at the branch? Do they just reach out directly to the branch? Do they come in if
Yes.
there's some of those needs, or
So they just
want
come in.
better
We usually set
understanding?
it up by appointment because usually those appointments are a little bit lengthier to figure out what that financial need is unique to that
Okay.
member. So I actually do the financial counseling in Tehachapi. So usually you can just select there that you want financial counseling, set up the appointment on our website, or you can pop in and I can make an appointment.
Easy
So
enough.
yeah, it's easy enough.
Very good.
Yeah.
Awesome. And, kind of talking about, these youth learning, the ins and outs, when we get to business and we decide, as a business entrepreneur, a new business owner, okay, now there's a whole new thing, set of rules to learn when it comes to finances and business. And so I know you have a CDFI program. Shantae, could you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So back in last April of 2023, Valley Strong, we were certified as a community development financial institution. So what made us become a CDFI and what that is basically it's when the government certifies a financial institution or a loan program to actually help the underbanked and underserved. And basically what that means is for those folks, business owners, consumers that typically don't meet the traditional bank's guidelines and underwriting guidelines, the CDFI steps in. And that's our avenue to help consumers have access to capital and to also have fair lending. So what made us do it was that we were already a low-income designated credit union, hence our products and services that we offer, the reason why we do financial education, and it just made sense. What was the other stepping stone was that Kern County was one of I would say Kern County and the Central Valley was one of the worst for small business owners to have access to capital. And when we didn't have a CDFI throughout our entire Kern County. So most of our small business owners had to access capital from, CDFIs that were not local. They didn't understand Central Valley. They didn't understand how our businesses were designated, especially that we're in a rural community. So when Valley Strong, we looked into making changes to this plan, and we had just kicked off and started servicing business owners. We decided this is the right time to do this program. And so now that we have this up and running, the CDFI allows us to apply for grants. And with those grants, we just amplify more lending to our small business owner community. So to give you an example of the products that we serve with our small business owners, we do startup lending. A lot of people don't know this. So if you're a small business owner, you're out there and you've been in business for less than 2 years, you should be going to a CDFI because I was part of a large institution for 23 years, and I saw many business owners that were small typically walk into the doors of a large institution to open up a business account with the dream of getting a business loan. Most of the time, and I would say probably a good 85% of the time, those small business owners will get declined because the underwriting guidelines are just not built for mid to small business owners. A CDFI, it is. So one of our big products that we offer, you can be in business for up to 3 months. As long as you have 3 bank statements of your business, we will, give you access to capital up to $25,000. You can get your first business credit card. We will pull your credit. That's all institutions do. And we will pull that personal credit because you're the grantor of your business. You are the representation. So institutions and CDFIs want to see your character. So make sure that if you are looking and you're a small business owner, yes, make sure your personal credit is up to par. Always aim to work on that credit because that's part of you being an entrepreneur.
Man, small business is, it's not oversaid, but the backbone of America. It truly is. And when we look, even though we've got large corporations that are tied in the greater Tehachapi area, we're made up of small business.
Yes.
And without it, I don't know what, maybe Claire, maybe you know numbers better than I do, but the amount of employees through small business, when you total it all up, we're looking at large kind of corporation kind of employee base. Right.
Yes. And I know we have entities in Kern County that are always interested in knowing, okay, well, how many employees do these larger businesses have? And I always share that with them. But then I come back and I say, just so you know, we have we have thousands. I don't have the number in front of me, but we have thousands of small businesses that employ 3 to 10 people each.
Absolutely.
At least, yes. And so without these small businesses and without the support, yes, our economy would suffer greatly. Yes. And we see that. We see it in times where it's very difficult to make ends meet for a small business, and, insurance rates go up, or, all of these other fees start going up, and we start seeing these businesses falter, and then we see a whole chain effect. And so, these programs that really help support our local businesses is phenomenal.
Definitely.
Do we have any local success stories that you can think of with our small businesses, without mentioning names, that you've come across where maybe that's a small business that's come into our Tehachapi branch and they're looking to grow, or they just don't know, and you've had to interact with someone in that small business sector?
Well, yes. Most of our business accounts that we do get are small businesses. We do have a few large businesses, but most of them have just started out. So a lot of times we're doing the coaching. These are the things that we're going to need to do in order to do this. And we do try to have those conversations with them to see what's their goal. So we can help them get a little bit prepared to have those bank statements to make sure that their credit is good. So we definitely try to have those consultative conversations with our business members to make sure that we're helping them be successful. But majority of ours are coming in, well, I don't have another bank account open. This is the first time. So they're really just newbies, and getting them some of the resources if they don't know how to do things. We have different resources that we will offer them in Bakersfield or in different counties that will help them if they don't know how to do it. So really trying to be their partner, be their personal banker, so they can have somebody to come to, because that may not be their forte, is the finances and the business part of it. They may just be their passion, so right. Definitely we have different businesses, but most of ours are just startup businesses that we're just kind of now leading and helping them, guide them so they can come in and apply for a loan. We've done some few credit cards for a few of them and things like that. So
everyone's needs a little bit different.
It is. Yes. It is. And you really do have to figure out what their need and what their goals are, and help them be successful on that financial platform.
Do you see mostly passion projects with entrepreneurs? Is it that, you get getting a nodding head.
Yeah.
So I do love when you do have a new business member come in, because you can just ask them one question about their business and they're so passionate. You learn everything you need to know with that one question. So I think that that's really awesome, because then you can really tell how passionate they are about their business, and learn and grow from that too, to help them.
I can just see that I did have a small business once, but I've enjoyed the comfort of having employment. But I know that it was something I had to enjoy. I had to, and there was something that gave back to me until I got burned out doing it. Yeah. But there was, and I do think back, I had 2 or 3 people that worked for me at the time, and it was one of those things, but I had to love it. And if I wasn't all in, there was no way it was going to work.
Very true. And most of our, borrowers, they actually work a daily job and have a payroll. They're on the payroll, but they also have their business that they run on the side. And that's how most of the small business owners come in. They're juggling both. So you can only imagine the stress that they have, but the determination to run and to function a small business.
Yeah, and that was mine. Mine was that side gig, that side hustle, but you still wanted the security of the base to make sure you could reinvest right back into it. But there was that I needed the security.
Yeah. Yep. Very true.
Yeah.
So with Valley Strong, you guys just have such a great presence here in the community. So let me say thank you, because the support that you share back in the community is very evident. You're very visible in your support. So, and it's across the entire community, with whether it's things that Claire's involved in with the city, at the high school. You guys are always present.
Well, thank you. We love that part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I guess before we kind of get into maybe some of the things to look forward to in November, I see you have some notes over here, Christy. I didn't know if there's some
I've covered
tips
them all.
Or something. Yeah. Okay, all right. Excellent. Fantastic.
Well, now, for someone like me, if we're looking to put some money away for the future retirement, okay, what kind of programs do we have for for me?
So of course we have our wealth management. So that's Patrick Bailey. He comes up and works for the credit union. So he does the whole gamut of investing, retirement planning. So I always suggest come in and speak to him. It's free. You can you don't even have to be a member. You can come in and still speak with him, see what products he offers, see if that's a fit for you, for what you're looking for. And then of course on our more consumer side, we have the money markets, we have certificates, we have all those other things to offer. But really, if you're looking for more of a plan for retirement, more of a plan for investing, he is our go-to guy, our expert. So we do have, all different types of things to offer. Just coming in and having that conversation to see what gets you the right people, the experts in that field.
Okay, very good.
I mean, the last sentence of our mission statement is, helping members turn their financial possibilities into realities. I mean, that's our ultimate goal. So whether it's wealth management, financial literacy, small business, consumer, you name it. We're just trying to be there for the community and help anyone we can.
No client too big or too small.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, never.
And I think that's the beauty of the FCU, the Federal Credit Unions, is that it is, you mentioned it, it's member owned, but you guys have taken it to that next level to provide those services. Like I said, I have a disconnect with mine. I'm there because it's a 30-year.
Well,
doesn't mean I can't.
We can change that.
There's some opportunity I think that we might have, because my wife and I have talked about that. But that's one of the things that I think, because I'm still a member over 30 years ago, where I have had accounts at banks that I'm done. The bank ticked me off, whatever it was, pulled the plug. My Federal Credit Union, I said no. And I think my dad taught me that years ago. He says, it's always a place that you go if you have a need. If you say it's that loan for something, it's much easier to deal with a Federal Credit Union than it is to deal with the banks.
A large, yeah. I mean, our contact center is in Kern County. They are on the second floor of our admin. Those are our community members, so you might be talking to your neighbor if you have a question, if that debit card's been compromised. I mean, these are our community members, which is also amazing. I mean, I've had large debit cards with large corporation or banking institutions, and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
And I worked for one for 23 years.
Yeah, she did.
There's a disconnect.
There is.
It is a complete disconnect.
And I will even say at the professional level, my previous career working in law enforcement and in investigations, it would be different for myself looking to take care of a victim who would be your client at the bank versus a Federal Credit Union. There were still the same protocols that had to go in place, but it was much easier to deal with a victims who was, their money was being taken fraudulently through a Federal Credit Union versus a bank.
Yes.
It was a headache dealing with it.
I know. I did it for years. Unfortunately.
Well, before we move on to what's coming up in November, anything that in closing that we haven't talked about that you'd like to mention, Shantae?
Yes, I wanted to make sure, because I know that I always get this question after I do a speaking on a panel. Yes, we do lending for nonprofits as well. So if you have, I know Tehachapi has a ton of them. We do lending for those nonprofits in the community as well. So reach out to Christy and team at the Tehachapi branch, and we will get you on with one of our experts. And we do lending for the nonprofits in the communities as well.
Okay, perfect. Bree?
Just, again, on nonprofits, if you need something from us, just reach out to Christy. Hopefully we can help and get involved, whether it's volunteer or monetary donation, something. So, but just super excited to be here. Thank you to both of you, and can't wait to see what Tehachapi does and see it thrive throughout the years, You
should never be surprised when Tehachapi it reaches that next goal, that next level.
It's been pretty cool to see.
Yeah. And Chrissy?
I just love that we can have the presence in the community now, and just really that we do try to put that personal touch in. So please come in and see us or call me. I can give my number. So 661-833-7005. That's my direct line. So more than glad to help. But really, we are here to set members up for success. And I enjoy that. That is something that I think my team enjoys, so come in and see us. We're more than glad. And thank you for having us today. And thank you, Claire, for showcasing us. We do appreciate it. So.
Oh, just enjoyed the conversation. Claire, I know we're moving into November. I mean, there's more things. The chamber doesn't stop.
Nope.
We don't take a month off.
Nope.
Commerce is always a part of our vocabulary. So
Yes.
what's taking place in November?
All right. So we do have a couple ribbon cuttings coming up soon. We haven't set a date, but I do want to give a shout out to Tehachapi Mountaintop Storage. They're getting closer and closer to
Right.
being able to open those doors and cut that ribbon. And so they're hopeful for mid-November. So I want everybody to kind of keep an eye on that, keep an eye on your emails, keep an eye on our social media. Tehachapi, Greater Tehachapi Chamber of Commerce Business Center on Facebook, and Chamber Tehachapi on Instagram. So we're very excited. Hopefully we'll hear soon about a date for that. And then Cycle and Go just reopened at a new location over there by Canine Creek off of the Highway 202 and Valley Boulevard, right at the corner of Tucker there. And so they're also looking at getting a grand reopening going here. They were located right here on F Street for a long time. Took some time and relocated and kind of worked within their home for a while, and now they're back. And so I know our whole community is very excited to have a bike place again where they can go and have their bikes.
And Marvin Amato, the owner, he is so easy to work with. And I've been working with Marvin for years, from garage to shop to garage back to shop again. So once they reopened, and I knew he was reopening this footprint, right away I placed an order for bicycle helmets that the police department's been giving away to kids in the community, and just supporting that local business. But I'm glad to see that Marvin's got a strong footprint back in our business sector.
Yes, very excited. And I know I have neighbors and friends who are just like, oh my gosh, now I can go get my bike tuned up
Right.
and my tires done and I can ride my bike again. And so, yeah, I'm super, super excited to have them back.
Yeah, with all the cycling trails that we have here, it's just it's like when Marvin had to close the shop and then go back to working out of his garage. You know, that was one of those that was a crusher. But I understood it because he lost one of his employees, and that was one of a very tough. Someone who kept the shop open. But now it's reopened, and we're excited to have him right back in our in the middle of what we do.
Yay.
Yeah.
We know November 11th is Veterans Day. It's a Monday this year, and there's going to be a really great event honoring all of our local veterans. We have the American Legion Post 221, the VFW, and so many wonderful organizations out here that are coming together to make this day really, really special and important for our veterans. It'll kick off with a parade in the morning. Right here on Green Street, getting started right down there and heading over to Central Park, where the ceremony will begin at 11:11.
Right.
And there will also be a resource fair, which we as the chamber are excited to help organize with BHE Renewables. That's our big sponsor for that event. And just inviting our local businesses to come on out and set up a table and talk about what you have for our veterans. So any resources, any discounts, anything you can provide that they might not be aware of. And so it's a free opportunity for our businesses to come out and share that information. And then we also reach out to a lot of veterans programs in Kern County, and we collect all that updated information and we share it with everyone there at the park.
And then I'll mention on November 4th, the city of Tehachapi commissioned retired Air Force Colonel Mark Pastana to create a mural on a utility box. We had an old abandoned utility box, stood about 7 feet tall, and Mark came up with this incredible, what we call the salute to patriotism, and on all four sides on the top, so 5 sides, this just honoring all the branches of the military. And it was something that we commissioned and we were excited to do. And it's something that we're going to offer more. So if there's other businesses that want to commission a local artist to create their art on a utility box, we're open to that. So this is pretty exciting.
Yes. So excited to see that and be a part of that and witness. And then, just kind of kicks off this month of appreciation.
Right. And then it moves to thankfulness with Thanksgiving.
Yay! Yes. And, as the season gets started, we have a lot of local businesses that are already getting ready for Christmas and holidays and gift giving. And so the chamber will have a little gift wrap station right after Thanksgiving. So if anyone purchases a local gift and would like to come and get it wrapped, that's kind of a fun little thing that we're offering. But we also have the Shop Tehachapi gift card program. This was a wonderful opportunity last year. It got started last year and it has been growing. We have over 24 local businesses and organizations that are a part of it. And so when you purchase a Shop Tehachapi gift card, you can redeem it at any one of those 24 or more businesses. And so that money that you spend stays within the community, helps boost our local economy, and helps support our local businesses. And we've had so many people come in. They come into the chamber and they purchase a gift card and they see the list and they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I could go get souvenirs at the city of Tehachapi. I could pay my water bill if I wanted. I could, I can get these beautiful candles at Gallery and Gifts. I could get jewelry. And then they see this list and they're like, wow, this is amazing. There's thousands of dollars out there that people have purchased gift cards, and maybe they're waiting for a restaurant to join, and so they can have a whole day of spending where they can go to that restaurant and then they can go get some jewelry or go do a cookie making class or however. And so we're really supporting that and boosting that again this season. As we know, a lot of people don't always know what to give, and so this is a way to get that perfect gift.
Stocking stuffer.
Exactly, stocking stuffer.
So with the card, so if I have it, say it's got $100 on it, and I go into Gallery and Gifts and I purchase $50 worth of their custom postcards, I can go now use the rest of that $50 at a local eatery.
Yes.
So it's not just to be used at one store. I can use it at any one of those.
Absolutely. Yes. It works just like a Visa gift card.
Okay.
And so it is a MasterCard, but it works just like a credit card. And so you can spend it at multiple places. When you get the digital version, it'll update you. And so every time you spend it somewhere, it'll update you and say, oh, great, you have $8.56 left. And so that way you can continue to spend and keep that money local.
I love that.
Yay.
Yeah, it's such a smart program. I know we participate, and we did see people come in and purchase T-shirts that we have in the lobby that say Tehachapi on it, and also pay their water bill. So it did go right across. So whatever the need is of the individual, they were able to go ahead and make that purchase.
Yes, there's even bookkeeping services, and so if you have a friend who could really benefit from bookkeeping, there's so many options and opportunities with this card, and a way to support our local businesses.
And they can just buy it at the chamber? Pay for it at the chamber? Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
You can buy it online. You can go to Tehachapi.com. There's a whole page dedicated. You can just get it all done online if that's your jam, or you can come on into the chamber, 209 East Tehachapi Boulevard, and we'll get you all set up.
Great.
Yes.
Super. And then that leads us, we've got the Christmas parade and Hometown Christmas.
Hometown Christmas.
And we have a theme this year.
Yes, Joy to the World. So yes, we're excited. The parade theme is Joy to the World. We'll also be doing a window decorating contest, kind of helping get all of our local businesses and organizations, into the holiday spirit and helping share that beautiful joy. And I know Hometown Christmas is kind of utilizing that theme as well. Joy to the world.
We thought, because so many of the organizations that are participating in Hometown Christmas on Green Street on December 7th will also be in the parade. So we thought, well, if we have the same theme, Joy to the World, and they want to kind of decorate their booth and then head over to the parade, those decorations would work, keep the same theme going all day. So thank you for letting us share that, because I did ask permission that we could share that before we just
more the merrier.
To do it. Well, good.
Yay.
Yeah, and that's all coming up on Saturday, December 7th, the first Saturday of December. So exciting. Is the Saturday, is that also Small Business Saturday?
I believe, yes. I need to double check on that.
Or is that the day after Black Friday?
Yeah.
I'm drawn.
Well, so the national, National Small Business. Yeah, National Small Business Saturday is the Saturday after Black Friday. Yeah. But I know down here in downtown Tehachapi, a lot of businesses kind of created their own during the holiday season. And so they were able to take advantage of the federal, national one. But then they also did like a really great Small Business Saturday further into the month of December to kind of remind everybody, hey, those last minute gifts, we've got them.
Perfect. Well, excellent. Anything else coming up?
We have the Kern Energy Recognition Project coming along at the Chamber. Concrete should be poured very, very soon. And so we're very excited to be recognizing the different modalities of energy that Kern County
That represent,
has.
Kern County.
Yeah, so everything from oil to hydrogen to battery storage to carbon capture, solar, wind, power. I mean, all of that. And we get to recognize the very important impact that Kern County has.
Right.
And we have
a leader in the nation.
Yes, absolutely. And we have some amazing partners in this project that have been working with us over the last year to get it put together. We have HydroStore, Terragen, AES, WM and Knight Building Systems, BHE Renewables, SoCal Edison, and the City of Tehachapi. The City of Tehachapi has these amazing, beautiful benches. They're called canvas benches, and they are made out of recycled wind turbines. So they're very unique, very beautiful, and we're so excited to be able to partner and to put one of these beautiful benches in front of the Chamber and also have this educational piece. So when people are coming through and they're walking through, they'll see that and think, oh my, what is this? Okay. And there'll be a QR code attached to the bench that will kind of educate everybody on the impact that Kern County has. And then we'll also have a beautiful plaque dedicated to Kern County's energy and also to these wonderful sponsors that we have.
Yeah, it just made sense that when, so Canvas, a company that's based in Cleveland, Ohio, donated 6 benches to the City of Tehachapi, and one of the renewable companies, who remained anonymous, had it shipped to us. So there was no charge to the taxpayer. And these 6 benches are all custom made out of wind turbine blades, because it's a problem when these wind turbine blades are decommissioned, they fill up landfill. Mm-hmm. And in order to kind of reduce that footprint of filling up landfills, they figured out how to make this custom outdoor furniture. So they gave us 6 benches. So I thought it was a perfect fit, since our renewable sector are members of the Chamber, to give you a bench to highlight, the work of our renewable industry. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So I'm excited that that's coming to fruition, that we'll have that, put that bench out there and ready for people to enjoy.
But before the weather comes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And I do want to give a little shout out. We have some new members to the Chamber.
Okay.
We'd love to share a little bit about them. We have Mama Bear Browse. She is opening a new location across from Mountain Coffee on Mill Street. And so she's very excited to join the Chamber and let everybody know about her craft. And then Tehachapi Plumbing joined. Trust Antelope Valley Subaru joined. Chiseling Image, which is a wonderful salon that's opening in Old Town on South Street. And Chiseling Image is offering 10% off for any other Chamber members. So we have this wonderful network growing within the Chamber of members giving discounts and helping each other out, which is just a beautiful thing. We have Rapid Auto Registration that joined, Julie Sanchez Realtor, American Property Cleaning joined, Bell Speech Pathology, and White Rabbit Studios.
Chris Morales.
Yes, Chris Morales. And White Rabbit Studios is a new event space where we can enjoy classes, acting classes, and crafting, and have it be an event space for local organizations or businesses to hold an event. So it's a wonderful, flexible space, also on Mill Street, that will, I think, be very much appreciated by the community.
And Chris has got such great energy. She and I have been exchanging emails trying to get her on the podcast to talk about our new business. Yay. So there's a little tease for that coming soon. Chris Morales will tell us all about her new business on Mill Street.
I love it.
Yeah, exciting. Claire, anything else?
That wraps it up for November for the Chamber.
This is one of our most informative episodes. So just thank you, the Valley Strong team. So with Christy Vasquez, Bree Lancaster, Shantae Smith, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having us. It was fun.
This was so fun.
Yes.
This was a good show.
It was.
Very informative. Very well-rounded. Got a lot of stuff in.
Yes.
Claire, thank you for prepping this and bringing our guests. We just appreciate the effort that you put in.
Thank you very much. It's a joy.
All right, folks, we appreciate the time that you spend with us here on Tehachapod each and every episode. If there's a question based on today's discussion, whether it's for Shantae, Bree, Christy, Claire, myself, please send it to media@tehachapecityhall.com. I'll make sure that I forward it to the correct person. We'll get those answers for you. And if you've got a thought or idea about another episode that we could feature, please share it right there. We'll catch you again soon right here on Tehachapod.